video on the 4KO. Here's why the thing you said a few videos back doesn't make sense. Here it is. He thought Warner Brothers released Barbie because Warner Bros. Supposedly hates Christopher Nolan. It doesn't really make sense because, if anything, Barbie would have been the underdog in the situation. Here's why. Because Barbie is a licensed movie, and most licensed movies tend to fail. You want to know how I know that? For instance, Transformers 1 recently came out, failed. People really liked the movie, but ended up not doing that well in the box office. The Wild Robot won that situation. Warcraft failed. It's a Blizzard Entertainment movie, and it's a well-known franchise. Everyone knows it. They played Warcraft, they played World of Warcraft, still failed. Okay, Playmobil. Big toy company franchise. Could have brought a lot of kids in, still failed. Harold with Purple Crayon. World-renowned children's book, still failed. Dungeons and Dragons. They promoted a lot of that movie. They had a lot of interviews. I saw a lot of things on the promotion and stuff. They had the behind the scenes stuff and all that. Still failed. Dungeons and Dragons. And they even added the official characters in the movie into Dungeons and Dragons. They made official character cards and stuff. Still failed. Garfield. Still failed. Big comic franchise, Garfield. Comic strip. And many, many more throughout everything. Pretty much you see everything constantly fails. And you said Barbie would have Barbie was a thing to do that. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't like kick the dog. I just moved her a little bit. And yeah, Barbie would have been the underdog, but Barbie helped Oppenheimer because the Barbenheimer. So it seems like the 4KO seems to not remember a historic event in movie theater history with the Barbenheimer when Paramount wanted to do the whole Saw Patrol because Saw, the new Saw movie, and then Paw Patrol movie was being released at the same time. They wanted the Saw Patrol. And the fact that two movies coming out in a same time, that the big movies, doesn't mean one's trying to take over the other, because that release date is a really good release date for movies. If Warner Brothers wanted to actually destroy Oppenheimer, they would have released I don't know, Dune 2, Wonka, more well-known situations. Wonka, a musical. Sometimes musicals fail, but majority of the time they don't fail. But definitely Dune 2. They would have released Dune 2. And Dune 2 would have destroyed Oppenheimer. Because it's a sequel. Director's well-loved. Stuff like that. Actually, Nolan might have been had somewhat of a chance because they're like also a well-loved director and stuff, but if they wanted to attempt to take over Oppenheimer, Dune 2 would have been it. Yep. Or if they wanted to directly compete with Nolan, because Nolan's known for Batman stuff, they would have released like a Batman movie. If they wanted to really hammer in that. And of course, if they released at the same time, that means they were being made at the same time. So that's another thing. So if they were being made at the same time, of course it wouldn't have been, aha, I got you kind of thing, you know. Released at the same time means they were being made at the same time, which means the situation wouldn't have been known. If the Warner Bros. Movie was like a few months after that, or like at least like 2 months or something, then you probably have a thing. But yeah, and when the Barbenheimer meme was started, when both of those movies were still out, Warner Bros. Was saying the Barbenheimer, watch both of them, and then Universal also pitched in somewhat. So I don't know what you're talking about. And Garfield wanted to do that too, where it's like they wanted to piggyback on stuff. Didn't work, but yeah, that's my thoughts. The 4KO really didn't know what he's talking about in that situation. But yeah.